It is your therapist queen from the safe zone, and I am back today to say happy hump day and talk about a little self-care. We cannot get enough of self-care. Okay? Not gonna wait till people come in the room. Hopefully they'll catch the playback and everything, because I'm on my lunch break. So, just want to say at the top of the live that everything that is discussed in these videos, the lives, are strictly for educational and informational purposes only, not intended for any type of diagnosis. If you need diagnosing or having severe problems with your mental health, please, 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 please go to your nearest mental health clinic or psychiatrist's office, please. These lives and this platform is strictly for educational and informational purposes only. Had to get that little disclaimer in. Okay, so today we're going to talk a little bit about what is self-care and a few techniques that you can try for mental, emotional, and physical well-being, okay? Some people might say, what is self-care? Self-care is one of the most important things a person will ever do in their life. And it is more complicated than most people think. Maintaining your well-being inside and out is a task that is vital for not only your survival, but also your happiness, success, peace, dealing with everyday struggles. And it's not as easy as most people may think. Everyone struggles with proper self-care from time to time. Even I do. Honestly, I do. And I've been doing this 20-some odd years. And I still get stuck with self-care. And that's normal. In a busy world like what we live in, it can be difficult sometimes to even keep up with good, healthy, safe self-care. Because this world is busy, and we know that this world is busy, okay? What is self-care? I'm going to answer that for you today. When most people think of self-care, they probably think of taking a shower, brushing your teeth, getting enough sleep at night. But while all of those are basic care activities that are essential, self-care is so much more than that. Self-care means taking care of all the aspects of yourself. But when we're children, we learn how to take care of our basic physical needs. But as we become teenagers, we start to realize that we need to also care for our mental and our emotional well-being. Our parents stop being responsible for our well-being in those departments, so we have to manage those on our own. And this platform was designed exactly to do just that. One of the things that it was designed to do. I created the Safe Zone as the Therapist Queen because of the fact that I wanted to get the message out there about mental health and self-care. Those two things are very, very important in our lives, and it's often overlooked. Mental health is not looked at as important as physical health, and this platform is to bring some awareness to that, some understanding to mental health. Breaking down barriers, of course, breaking the stigma related to getting mental health care, but also teaching you how to take care of yourself, because that is one of the most important things that you will ever do in your life. Self-care requires thought and effort, practicing self-care techniques regularly, like on a daily basis. But once you develop those good habits, these methods described below that I'm going to talk about will become second nature. You will start doing those things and you won't even think about it. We get up every morning and brush our teeth, comb our hair, get ourselves together to go out and meet the world. At night, we take baths, we bathe, we may take showers before we go to bed. Those are normal things that you do. Normal things that you do every day. But there's so much more to that. It's a lot of other things that you can do, a lot of other techniques that you can do to take care of yourself. And we're going to talk about 6 ways that you can improve your well-being. Below are some tried and true techniques for improving entire well-being. But keep in mind, this is only the start. Self-care is highly personal, so don't be afraid to experiment with what makes you happy. Do the things that works for you. Do what makes your body feel better and what makes your mind feel clearer. Okay, y'all, I'm referring to my notes, so if it looks like I'm looking down a lot, that's what I'm doing. Number 1 is exercise. Exercising and daily physical movement are essential parts of a healthy self-care routine. Exercising. Most experts recommend 20 to 30 minutes of exercising a day. Moderate to vigorous exercise per day. I don't even do that. I need to get better with that, but I don't even do that. 20 to 30 minutes of moderate to vigorous exercise each day. Though it varies between ages, physical conditions, and presence of related health issues, you have to be careful with that. You can only do what your body can allow you to do, okay? The exercise you do is your choice. Be creative. Aerobic activities like jogging or swimming are great choices, but well-planned martial arts, dance, sports routines can also do the trick. You don't have to limit yourself to just doing aerobic exercises like jogging and walking and swimming, Karate. That's a good one. Dancing. We do that all the time, but we don't look at that as being part of a self-care routine. And of course, sports. You don't look at that as being a self-care routine, but it can qualify as a self-care routine because you're exercising. And exercising is the first thing on the self-care list. The key here is that you get plenty of physical movement each day. Even if there are days when you simply don't have time to fit in a regular exercise routine, make sure you spend some time standing, walking, moving around to ensure your good physical health and boost your focus and your emotional well-being. Because moving around and not staying stagnant can increase your focus. Improve your mental well-being. Standing desks are a great way to improve your physical movement during the day, especially for people who spend most of the day working at a computer or a desk like me. I'm at work now. This is what I do all day. I'm sitting here or sitting there, one of the two, doing therapy sessions. So standing, walking around my desk, walking from here to the copier, walking from here to the coffee table, I'm getting it in one way or another. Because I don't stand all day. I'm not doing any physical movements all day. But if I'm walking, standing, walking in place, I can get that physical movement that I need while I'm at work every day. Number 2 is meditation. And this is one that I teach in therapy to my clients pretty much all the time that's dealing with anxiety, anger issues, those types of things. Meditation is one of the best self-care practices for improving both your mental and your emotional health. There are many different ways to meditate. So just like with anything else on this list, it's possible to choose the method that works best for you. Because what worked for me might not work for you. That's why it's important to choose what best works for each individual. Some meditation methods recommended trying to think of nothing for a set period of time to give your brain kind of a reset and let your mind rest. That's real important. Other types of meditation may be referred to as guided meditations and encourage the mediator to explore the mind and thoughts in a particular way to facilitate peace, focus, mental well-being. You can even explore with the meditation apps on your phone to get a good introduction. And I suggest you do that. Use the apps on your phone and go to your app store if you got an iPhone, or go to your Google Play Store if you got an Android. Look up meditation apps, calming apps. You'll be surprised at how those help you. And most of them are free. So that's a good tool that you can use from your phone every day to just kind of help you along your way during the day, sometimes during the night, with meditation. Number 3, journaling. Journaling is a great way to work through your thoughts. It's all about putting your thoughts down on paper, understanding your current situation, and reflecting on your week or your day. This is a very private practice, and you're not required to share your journal with anyone if you choose not to. Whatever you write in your journal should, unless otherwise specified by you, be for you and you alone. To read and to look at, to reflect on the thoughts that you had that week or that day. If you take up a regular journaling practice, try to find a journal that's online so that you can draw, write, glue photos, or do anything you want to do on that page in that journal to express yourself and convey your inner thoughts and your emotions. If you're trying to improve some part of yourself, journaling is an excellent way to work through your inner issues and to begin to understand your personal behaviors and even the behaviors of other people. We'll get into that a little later. Adopt a healthy diet. Having a healthy diet can be underestimated when it comes to self-care, okay? Whether it be emotional, mental, physical. Even though many people usually believe that diet is solely a way to care for your physical body, in reality, dieting can change your mood, your mental state, in significantly and surprisingly dramatic ways. Yes, food, the different types of food that you're eating, what you're putting in your body. The body requires certain nutrients and substances to be able to function properly. So when you nourish your body with whole, nutritious foods, you're more likely to be what? Happier, clear-headed, and physical capabilities. For example, the body requires vitamins, minerals, proteins, and fats to produce the hormones that control whether or not you feel happy or sad. If you don't have enough of these nutrients, you may start to feel depressed, low, sad, However, if you usually eat healthy, you're less likely to experience these, often unusual and unfounded bad moods or unfocused days. So clearly, what we're putting in our body, what we're intaking, plays a great role on our mental well-being. Do something you enjoy. Lastly, do something you enjoy. Take the time to practice a hobby or enjoy your favorite pastime. It's essential part of self-care practices. I think I covered this in another live. Whatever makes you happy, whatever brings you pleasure, that's what you want to do. Most people have something that they love to do in their free time. I know I do. I don't know about you, but I know I do. Giving yourself the chance to do the things that you enjoy will boost your happiness. It will improve your mood. It will improve your mental state. But it will also increase your productivity in other parts of your life. And that's important too. Doing the things you enjoy, whether it be reading a good book, baking cookies, or going for a walk at sunset, it will improve your general well-being, and the benefits can extend into all areas of your life. Although often practicing hobbies is a way to practice mental and emotional self-care, many people have hobbies that involve exercise or a lot of physical movement or exertion. So there's a lot of variation here. I mean, you can play around with this self-care thing. It's not just sit at exercising, and doing different things like that. You can play around with it. Like I said, what makes you happy? What brings you pleasure? What do you like doing in your spare time? That's all a part of an important, safe self-care routine. Number 6, socialize regularly and honor your own personal private time. Some people are more introverted, while other people are more extroverted. Still, no matter your orientation, an adequate amount of socialization and a healthy amount of private, quiet time is essential for yourself. Self-care isn't only about spending time alone. It's also about spending time with others. You see how that works? Spending time with others, socializing with family members, socializing with friends, not just being alone. Humans are social creatures. We thrive off interaction. Even though most introverted people crave a good conversation or a touch on the shoulder from a friend. But at the same time, at the end of the day, it's healthy to take some time to yourself to think and to reflect. It's difficult to strike a balance between social time and private time. And the exact balance varies from person to person because everyone's needs are different. We are not the same. What works for you don't necessarily work for me. Finding your balance can produce wonderful benefits. It's incredibly essential to take care of yourself emotionally, mentally, and physically because of how your physical body is often affected through our thoughts and our feelings. Sometimes you may feel guilty when you don't always feel the desire to hang out with your friends and family. But it's important to remember that you can only extend yourself so much, and time to recharge is very, very, very essential. That's important. Recharging is important. Other ways to practice self-care can include establishing a regular sleep routine. Now, if we can all do that, we'll be just, cutting 100. Everybody can't do that, though. You know, you got people that's dealing with insomnia. You got people that's dealing with various physical conditions that allow them not to be able to sleep on a regular routine. So this one is kind of tricky. But if you can, if at all possible, establish a regular sleep routine. Spend time outdoors. Try not to stay cooped up in the house so much. You don't want to stay cooped up in the house, all day, all night. Try to spend some time outdoors, even if it's not, but sitting on your porch, taking a walk around your yard, walking to your mailbox, doing some yard work. Try to spend some time outdoors. Organize your home. Get your house together. Take a no technology day. Put the phones down for one day if you can. This right here is going to be so hard for me to do. I've never been able to do that. But I am going to put forth an honest effort to see if I can put the phone down for one full day. Practice deep breathing exercises. Deep belly breathing actually works a little bit better than just deep breathing. When you breathing deeply from your belly and diaphragm. Wear clothes that make you feel good. Pamper yourself. That's where you come in with getting your hair done, getting your nails done, getting facials, getting your lashes done, if that's your thing, or whatever. Getting a haircut, getting the pedicure, getting the manicure, those types of things. Work toward acceptance of yourself, your others, and your situation. Listen to some good music, kind of like what's playing in my background. And by the way, I don't own any copyrights to any music that's playing in this background. Read your favorite book. Try something new. Try something that you have not done before in your entire life. Yes, that is a way to practice good self-care. Spend time with your family, your close friends, your significant other, your husband, your wives. Just spend time with family and friends. Other than being alone, in your home. Do something with somebody else. Either, if y'all, go to the park. Sit on the park bench. Have a picnic in the park. Just do something where you're spending time with somebody else. That's important to your self-care. In conclusion, self-care is a never-ending task that every single person must learn how to manage them for themselves successfully. You have to figure out what works for you. There are so many different kinds of self-care practice. We done named probably 20 in the time that I've been on this live. Whether you prefer calm or quiet activities or whether you are more extroverted and outgoing, self-care is essential. And there are activities for everyone that can help balance your mind, your body, and your soul. And that's the point of the whole thing. Nourishing your mind, your body, and your soul. Always find some time during your day